everybody. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Today I'm showing off what I've built. I've spent, I think, about 10 hours altogether doing this. Um, Actually more if you include whatever I was trying to do over there. This is the popular game, Hit and Blow, from the popular game 51 Worldwide Classics, Clubhouse Games. Yes, you mean. And I've recreated Minecraft. Took me a good while, a lot of errors, but that's just how programming goes. I mean, that's what this basically is, coding in Minecraft or whatever. That's just what game design is all about. It's about tearing your eyes out and your hair out and wishing it all stopped being so terrible and it would just work for once in your goddamn life. My Minecraft keeps crashing as well. It hasn't happened yet today, so hopefully it's somehow fixed, even though I didn't really do anything. But yeah, let's go. So I played this example game just to test it out. If you don't know how Hit and Blow works, I'm still not finished. There's still like a small few, like, I guess, quality of life things. So there's a secret code I'll show you over here. So there's this secret code, which is 4 colors. It could be any 4 colors out of these 6. So it could be blue, red, green, yellow, pink / purple. I call it pink, but it's magenta, and white. It could be any 4 of those 6 colors. There could be 2 whites and a pink. There could be like 4 reds. I got that once, or I got 4 whites once, not red. Could be any combination of 4 colors, any 4 combination of those 6 colors. And it's your job to guess it. So, here, for example, I guessed blue, blue, red, red. And then I got 2 red concrete powder. So what that does is it just tells me 2 of the colors I've guessed are right. So it could be a blue and a red, or it could be 2 blues or 2 reds. But what the red tells me is that it's also in the right position. Here I got a white, which means one of these colors, whether it's the magenta or the red, is the right color but in the wrong position. So in this case it was the magenta. See how there's one magenta? This is the answer, by the way, because I got 4 reds, which means they're all the right color in the right position. So one magenta is the right color, but it's in the wrong place. There's also like, so for example, if I had guessed 1 red here, then it would give me actually, yeah, let's say there were 2 reds in the solution and I guessed 1 red, it would only give me 1 red. See, it's in the right spot, but as I only guessed 1. So even though there's 2 reds, I didn't guess 2 reds here, which means I won't know if there's 2 reds unless I guess it, you know? Let's just do an example game. So I always start with like trying to see just what colors are in the pattern. Okay, so there's either a blue in the wrong spot and a red in the right spot, or blue in the right spot, a blue in the wrong spot, or red in the right spot, red in the wrong spot. No, I'm in creative. I don't need to use pickaxe. So I vaguely know 2 of the colors. And I don't have any indicator. This is another thing I need to add. An indicator that like the turn has happened. I don't have that. But so since nothing has appeared, that just means there's no green or yellow. Okay, so I know there's there's 2 of these colors and 2 of these colors, but I don't know which ones. So now I'm gonna figure out which ones it is. So I'm gonna do this. And I got nothing, which means there is a red in the wrong spot and a red in the white spot in the right spot, and then a magenta in the wrong spot, or sorry, a white in the wrong spot and a white in the right spot. So I'm gonna do this. And I win. I got it right. That's a really weird weird pattern to get, but oh, that's the gist of how it works. Now I'm just gonna go over how exactly it works. So I'm just gonna, I'll generate a new random color. Or I don't know, I'll just go over this first. So you press start/reset to start the game. What it does is it puts a redstone block down here, which activates all these, and all of these, besides the top one, puts the redstone block elsewhere. Just to have like some bit of sorting, I also have this. It's a clone reset. And as you can see here, these are just all like, you know, filled redstone blocks. It's going to be a lot of that. So this is a clone reset. I have this over here to clone. So that's just like, as you saw, like, I have my guesses. And then I have, you know, the whatever. And then I press start game. It clones that over there to get rid of, you know, previous guesses and stuff. So all this is to reset the turn order. I have these here to keep track of which turn it's on. I think there's one down there as well. So this set of command blocks just resets the turn order. This gives all these items. So if you play in adventure mode, it'll be able to place on some. Of course, I'm in creative mode, doesn't matter. And then the iron pickaxe as well. So it just gives you all the items. Also clears your inventory beforehand. There is this. So there's these four are all the same, but for the different answer slots. So this is answer slot 1. This is answer slot 2. You can see it there. Answer slot 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then these are the guess slots. So there's a scoreboard for each answer slot. And then it basically picks a random number from 1 to 6, which represents the 6 colors. It checks if it's 1. If it is 1, then it fills that with the right color and checks if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and does that for each of the 4 slots. And then this one is just to get rid of all the redstone blocks. It's on a 1 tick, yeah, it's on a 1 tick delay. And then that's what happens when you press start game. Then well, you don't have to put in your guess. So for what you could do is press that. There's nothing in there, so it just says fill all slots before checking. What that does is it puts a redstone block here, and then that resets this here. So normally it'd be like that. So what it does is it just puts the sandstone block back here and removes the one from there to reset. And what this entire thing is doing is it's checking if there's at least one air block. If there's at least one air block, then it won't proceed. So what it does is it first tests for one air block. Done this a bit easier because I do have this thing here, so I could have just cloned it first and then checked, but it's fine. This is how I decided to do it, and I've literally only just realized I could have used that. But it checks for air blocks, and what it does is if at any time any of them have an air block, it will fill this with air, which gets rid of that, and then it will place a sandstone block there. And then when this activates, this puts down a redstone block over here. It puts down 2, one here and one here. So if air has been detected, it'll be like this, which means these ones won't get activated, but this one does get activated, which just says, you know, fill in the slots. But if there are no air blocks detected, basically this will do nothing, which means it'll be like this, which means these will get activated, and this puts redstone blocks in a few places. It puts one here, here, and here. So what this one does is it clones your guess. So if I've put down this, what this will do is it will clone my blue, blue, red, red, and it will clone it to here. So then this will be blue, blue, red, red. and then these are for the other kind of slots. So when it's turn 2, the solid block will be here instead, which basically means it's turn 2, and then it will clone whatever is here. And what this is doing over here is it's basically just moving it. So it moves this along, and then it also moves this along, which indicates that it's now turn 2, or that it's moving on to turn 2. And again, I definitely could have done this a bit better, but this is how I done it. I could try cleaning it up, but it took me so long, so I'm probably not going to do it anytime soon. And then after it's cloned, there'll be a redstone block placed here. And let me just clear my inventory real quick. And let me grab this. So what this does is it's comparing the answer slots with the guess slots. So you can use test for blocks. If you can see here, it says compare 1 to 1. So that means it's comparing answer slot 1 to guess slot 1, and then it also does 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and 4 to 4. So what these set of command blocks are doing is it's checking, do you have the right color in the right spot? So it checks these two, and then it checks these two, and since those aren't right at all, then it doesn't do anything. Then it checks these two, and it sees, okay, these are both red, so that means I'm going to place a red concrete powder there to say, yes, you got one in the right spot. And then what it does is so that's powder, and then it adds one here as well. So if all 4 of them were right, then it will be like that, and this would also be like that. And then when a redstone block is placed here, the signal will be able to carry through, and then it will say you win. But in this case, we only have 1. And what it also does, which one is it? It's the 3rd one. So it comes through here, and what these ones are doing is this one is checking the first answer slot with the other guess slot. So it's checking 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and 1 to 4, and then 2 to 1, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 1, 3 to 2, 3 to 4, and 4 to 1, 4 to 2, 4 to 3. So since guess slot 3 or answer slot 3 has already been used up, it's already detected that there's that there's a similarity there, then what it does is it needs to make sure it doesn't get checked again. So what it does is it goes to answer slot where it checks answer slot 3 with the other blocks and just gets rid of all this. So then when it does check, when it does come here, it'll be like, okay, let's check answer slot 3 with guess slot 1. Oh, I can't, my signal can't go through. Okay, let's do it with 2, I can't. Let's do it with 4, I can't. And it will do that with the others. So if, let's say, if this was red, that would mean that's correct, which means it would get rid of these ones. But what it also does is it needs to make sure that guess slot 3 isn't compared to anything either. So it goes to here, because this would be answer slot 1 being compared to guess slot 3. So it's like, okay, you can't do that. And okay, you can't do that. And then that would be gone. And then, oh, you can't do that. So then, and does that for 2 and 4 as well, if they were the same. So if this is green, it would do that, and if this is magenta, it would do that. Both for the respective lines. And then this is just to place a redstone block here to tell it to start comparing answer slot 1 with the other guess slots. So it compares answer slot 1 with guess slot 2. It's not the same, so it doesn't do anything. Then it compares answer slot 1 to guess slot 3. but it's already been compared, so it can't do anything. The solid block isn't there. And then it compares answer slot 1 to guess slot 4, and then it sees, oh, these are the same, so this is the right color but in the wrong spot, so let's place down a white concrete powder. And then it let's say the red was in answer slot or guess slot 2, so it'd be like, oh, answer slot 1 and guess slot 2 have the same color but it's the wrong position, so place the white powder down, and then get rid of the sandstone blocks here and here. It would get rid of it in a line just because that's easier. So then it can't compare 1 to 3. That's also why there's the delays there. And then it moves on. What it does as well is I had to make all these. These are what gets rid of the sandstone blocks, but I had to move it because let's say it was here, and guess slot 3, answer slot 3 was the same as answer, so you know, here it's answer slot 3 is the same as guess slot 3, which means these won't exist. But then here it detects, oh, answer slot 2 is the same as guess slot 1, which means now I'll go over here and delete this block, but you can't delete a block that isn't already there. It's not deleting it, it's filling it with air, but since air already exists, that means like you can't fill air with itself, you know? So it doesn't do anything, but since these are conditional, that means anything above that won't happen. So what I had to do was move those ones to its own spot over here. So now it puts a redstone block down. So here, if answer slot 1 was the same as guess slot 2, it would put a redstone block down here, and then this would remove the respective sandstone. And then, you know, checks checks answer slot 2 with everything else, answer slot 3 with everything else, answer slot 4 with everything else. Then when it's all said and done, excuse me, it will come over here and it will clone this. It will clone the concrete powder and will clone it here. And then that will signify, oh, you have a color in the right spot and you have a color in the wrong spot. And then it also moves the sandstone block along just to say, hey, it's the next turn, or it's going to be the next turn. Yeah. Well, what's this one? I don't know. And then here's a bunch of stuff that basically just resets it. So it puts all the sandstone blocks back, and it clears this, and it clears this. So it, you know, if it didn't get cleared, if this one didn't get cleared, for example, then you could just get, like, you just put the same one down 4 times and eventually it'd get there. And that's basically the gist of how it works. I know there's some kind of like quality of life stuff I should add, like knowing when the turn actually is over, because if this was all yellow, for example, actually let me reset. So there's no green in the answer, for example. So if I were to just put down green and then check my answer, it already takes like a second or two to put the right concrete powder down. So you wouldn't really know when to like expect it. You don't want to move on if you don't already know yet. So it's not too big. Like, I know now because I've waited long enough that, yeah, I just got all these wrong. But it would be nice if like there's just like a glow, like a lamp here or something that just says like, yeah, this is that. But it's, yes, and there's also like I should put the answer here. So if you did get it wrong, actually I do think I have. I don't actually know if I have it done. So you get it. if you can get it wrong. Let me just keep doing this. I'll put yellow down so I just know when to go. I should also remove the button. Like remove the button when it's been pressed and then bring it back when the turn is ready. I think that will be good enough. Yeah, look at the final one. Yeah, it doesn't really tell you when you've lost. I should add that in. So yeah, but it's it's basically done, and you could always just hit reset, But it's just basically just quality of life stuff. I think I could make this better, for example, and yeah, that's basically it. Um,